Searching for Loot, the segment where I show you guys the cool Amazon finds I found this week for you guys to review and enjoy and tell me if it's worth the cost. So we're going to start off in no particular order this week with a very nice dice display box, if it will let me click on it.
Yeah, should I be seeing this on Video Ninja? Because I got a blank screen over
Yeah, you got to like click in on mine.
You are not in.
Oh.
I don't see you in. Did you put in Percentile Vice as the room name?
Percentile Vice.
Maybe I was in Percentile Vice.
That would suck.
Percentile Vice, 2 words.
One word.
One word.
Capital B, capital V. Capital P, capital V.
There's the problem I have.
Percentile Vice.
Percentile Vice, the new channel.
It's gonna be a long night.
Yeah, it is. It is.
All right, I am there.
Can you see it now?
I can.
Yay! So, I grabbed this for one reason and one reason only, which is that a very wonderful ginger daughter of yours gave you one of these.
Yes, she did.
Yeah, so you got like a whole big set of like damage dice, right?
Yeah, off a Kickstarter I did a while ago. Each set of dice had a picture of the damage type, like cold, fire, necrotic, poison, all of them.
Yeah, it's like Pokemon types, it's like 1,000.
Yeah, and it was based mostly on the damage stuff. So like the fireball, the fire damage one, it had a whole bunch of D4s and a whole bunch of D6s.
Right.
So that when, it progressed. So shit ton of dice in each one of those sets. So you got me one of these. Of course, you didn't love me as much then as you do now.
Right.
Because if you loved me as much then as you do now, I would have gotten the 2-tray one.
Yeah, you only
But
got
I
the
only
one
got
tray.
the 1-tray one.
Isn't the 1-tray one not full?
No, it was full.
Oh.
And then I made a trip to go see some people that I've played with online for a couple of years. And based on who they typically play, I gave some of my sets of damage dice.
Which I think
to
is
them.
epic, by the way.
Yeah, I was a big hit.
I bet. But yeah, so this came really in handy for you because you had all these different sets of dice. And I imagine that a lot of people out there are like us and are dice goblins and love to have their different dice. And it's a nice way to show them off and keep them together.
What's up, PV?
What's up?
Hello.
So this one is about the same size, I believe, as the one that you have. It's about a little over a foot, about 10 inches with a glass top. One of these will run you $69.99.
And that's why you didn't love me enough to give me the
That shit's
2-tray one.
expensive.
I can tell you what, it's really well made, very sturdy, holds a ton of dice, and this one holds twice as much. So this one, therefore, would hold 2 tons of dice.
Right, 2 metric tons of dice.
It is really, really nice, and it works out really well for displaying and carrying. So I'm not too scared off by the $69.99 price.
If you have this much dice, I think a nice way to store them and keep them together, this is a great option at the price.
Yeah, you
point.
probably got a couple $100 worth of dice, so treat them nice.
Right.
Yeah.
But no, I thought this was great, and I just want to show it off because I thought it was a great gift when I bought it for you. So
With the holidays
bread.
coming up, and for the TTRPG lover in your household, especially if like it's your spouse or something, and their dice are freaking everywhere, it can be kind of a passive aggressive gift.
Oh, so now we're telling Dad about our problems.
You're like, here, I got you a dice container, so maybe you'll pick that shit up off the floor.
You're the one on video complaining about how I keep my dice.
No, I complain about how you roll your dice. You roll your dice into each other, and that is absolutely unacceptable. So for $69.99, yay, nay. It's metal. It's lockable. It's
I like it. So
cute.
there's a couple upgrades here from the one I got that to me make it worth the price. One, this one's velvet lined. I'm not sure the one that I have is velvet lined. I have to double check that.
Yeah, I can't remember.
This one showed a lock on it, and mine doesn't have a lock. And the handle, I don't believe mine has a handle. I think it's just the case.
Yeah.
So that makes it really convenient, for traveling to your favorite game and
if you were
bringing that many dice with you. I mean, really, there's some people are going to like roll their eyes and like, oh God, here comes Steve with his dice again. Like, did you have to bring a suitcase full of dice? You're going to use one freaking set. But then you never know. That set does poorly. And you're like, back into the case you go.
Go into the dunce chair. And what if you're like one of those people who like sells like their artisan like handmade dice sets? Like, there's a great way to display them at like conventions and tables.
And a convenient way to carry them.
Mm-hmm. So they stay together in sets.
Excuse me.
I'll give it a yay as well.
Yeah,
like Steve was saying, if you're going to have that many dice anyway, like you may as well have something nice to put them in.
Agreed. All right, moving on. This is a really cool Druid dice tower.
Take my money. I don't care how much it cost. I'm loving it. Oh, look at that little place of honor where you can like let a dice just sit there. Like, you are my favorite dice. You sit here in the balcony.
Yeah, isn't that cute? I love it. And I like that it's all one color because then you can paint it yourself. Almost like a miniature, but giant.
I'm afraid to see the price on this, but I really, really like the look of that. That's a really cool dice tower.
And it comes apart.
Oh, hey. So like you can store all your dice in there somewhere?
I think so. I'm not 100%. Or maybe it's just for, if you do get a dice that gets lodged somehow.
So like something you showed us last week, not only is this dice tower, it could double as battle map terrain.
Oh, 100%.
Like, let's have a whole adventure on this stuff and throw it out there.
Just the overgrown tower. I grabbed this one specifically because it's like very Druid-esque, and the resident Druid is sitting next to
Yeah, let's hear from him on this.
Looks pretty good. I think it would look better painted.
Yeah.
But having the option of painting it whatever color you want, like you can decide what kind of wood it is, or even if you were like a spore druid, you could go with like
sickly colors and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be fucking cool. That would be epic.
Oh. Did we look at all the pictures? Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did. There's not very many pictures of this one. Let's look at the price.
This is one that I really would have loved, one of those little demo video clips that they put on some of their products,
Yeah.
To see the dice come tumbling out of there.
So this thing
$44.98.99. I'm buying two.
Yeah, that's pretty good for what it is.
That is a really good price.
Does it say how large it is? Does it have any measurements? Well, you can kind of
get an idea
from the dice.
Yeah. 10 by 6 by 5.
10 inches tall?
10 inches tall, so nearly a foot. That's...
Yeah, anything more than that, it starts to get...
unwieldy.
On the table, Lord knows. TTRPG tables tend to be overridden with crap anyway. Have you noticed, or is it just our games?
It's just ours.
Okay.
I don't think it's just
I'm
ours.
just kidding. My favorite part is the little spot for your D20 to sit.
That is cool.
That is my favorite spot. I think it's so cute.
There's a lot of good detail in there too, though. And you're right. If you have somebody who's good at painting miniatures or models, and like, hey, dude,
can you paint this for me?
Paint this for me.
So for about $45, Druid Dice Tower.
Yeah, I am all in on this one for $45.
Give that one a yes too.
I agree. I love dice towers. We don't use them enough because we usually play like a 7-person game, and the table does get very
cluttered.
So we kind of cut out.
Sometimes we don't even have room for table Oreos.
Yeah, we have to like move your shit, man. We're putting the Oreos here. But yeah, this kind of stuff, epic. And I would very much so love to paint it and be able to do like the dark washes and the little what's it called when you go over it with the white and like dry brushing. I don't remember, but
dry brushing is a thing.
Yeah,
highlights.
Yeah, like the highlights and stuff like that. I think it'd just be epic.
Texture.
Yeah.
Let's think about words. That's really cool. Can I get a link to that so that I can buy one?
Yes. There will be a link in the chat.
Oh,
or the bottom of the video.
Oh, show notes.
Description.
Description. That's what it's called.
Oh, cool. So anybody could get this thing.
Yeah, I think it's epic, a great gift, especially if you like hand painted it for them and then gave it to them. Like almost, I think like for me, if you gave me one that had been hand painted, I would be excited. I don't know if you would want it like plain or if you'd want it painted, but I'd want it pre-painted because I don't want to paint it myself.
No, yeah, I'm not. I used to enjoy playing miniatures, and now
Less so.
my eyes, my hands don't want to cooperate. It's not as enjoyable. And what I like about this thing though is, if you decide to just keep it unpainted, it's got a really cool woody grain to it and look that
still aesthetically pleasing.
Yep.
Yep. All right, and our last find.
And you are knocking it out of the park, by the way. You're 2 for 2. Let's see if you're gonna.
It's a D100, but it's hollow. Now, I grabbed this one because I think it's going to be a little bit of a controversy with it because I personally do not like these style of the hollow ones, the frame only ones. I don't know why. I don't like them. I'm
okay with frame only, but that one in particular looks like it's a complete pain in the ass to read. The gold version looks a little better.
Yeah.
It does look cool with the rainbow colors. Like, I'll give it that, but it seems like it would be hard, maybe just because I'm colorblind, to roll it and see what it says at the table.
Yeah. So I did pick the thing that the colorblind person would probably struggle with.
So I really like using percentile dice.
The two of them.
Yeah, I have a percentile vice, you might say.
He said the name.
So when I've got to roll a D100, I'd rather do that. These look really cool. Here's what I found with most D100s. So many sides that it's essentially a ball.
Yeah.
Which makes the roll a little unwieldy sometimes.
Like you're either going to have to toss it straight up with it flipping to land
a little
in the same
backspin
spot.
on a little English.
Right.
And even then, it's probably going to roll for 3 days if it doesn't get stopped by
And look
something.
how big this thing is. It's twice as big as a standard D20.
Yeah. So I can see that thing traveling across the battle map, knocking out a few minis.
Easily.
Ending up on the other side of the thing. And then when there are that many facets, it can be hard to read the number, even
the top?
Without color blindness. It's not as bad on the D100s because there's definitely something that is facing up.
Yeah.
But on some of the, spin the wizard's hat and it
that
lands, those are really hard to read. But as far as looks, I think these are cool as hell. I'm with you, John. I like the gold color.
I like the blood splatter one.
That's kind of neat.
But it looks like that number says 190.
It does a little bit because of the stuff behind it.
So what number is that?
It's 100.
Ah, okay. You see it.
But for people like me who, when rolling the percentile dice, I struggle to remember what's 100 and what's a 0 or a 1 or whatever it is. Every time I do it, I'm like, hey, which one's the... Because I cannot remember. This would alleviate it, but I don't care for the hollow-looking dice.
It's sort of weird that the numbers themselves... Go back to one of the metal ones where you can see the shape really well. The numbers themselves are in different shaped slots. I don't know if that affects the randomness of it.
It might.
It seems like it would.
Because, that number 1 seems like you would have a better chance of sitting on it than one of the other ones because it's got the equal...
Which is good, because the 100 is probably on the other side. Or bad if you're playing Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah.
So the different facets of this, the different sides, they're different shaped polygons.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that's true of all D100s or just these.
All the round ones? I don't know.
So what's the cost on these? One, and they look pretty cool. The couple of the metal ones, like the blood spatter and the gold one, they didn't even look hollow. I was trying to figure out, were these things hollow like the other ones?
Mm-hmm.
Those, but I guess it's
the blood splatter one may have a little bit of stuff in it. It looks like it has something immediately behind the back.
Yeah, I just saw in the gold one a place where I could actually see through. So yeah, but I think they're cool. Is it just one dice, or are you getting a set? You have to choose which color you want.
Just one.
And I'm going to guess $24.99 for a single dice.
$44.99.
Oh no,
$44.99.
That's a lot.
absolutely not.
But you're gonna save 10%.
I don't care. Like,
That's $4.
I'm never gonna use it in the first place. Like, if
Right.
it was $10 just to have it to look cool, maybe.
Yeah, I've got some novelty dice.
If you had a really
Those
cool
are
case
cool.
to put
And
them
they
in.
just sit over
Yeah.
there. I don't use them, and I like to roll
Well,
with them. But
these over here, I thought that's what these were going to be, the
Cool
ones that
down.
John got, because I can't read these for nothing. But he's like, no, I'm going to use them.
I can read them fine.
I can't read them. They're got all this like scroll work around them, and it's very difficult for me to read the numbers. But no, for $44, I want that to be like a handmade from a craftsman type deal. Not
yeah, at $45, it's a no for me, dog. But
It'll be a
they
no for
look
me.
cool. I'm not a big fan of D100s. I prefer using Percentile Vice, so that may be going into my. It just seems a little overpriced. They are chonky though. They're like
chonky boys. They're
what was
twice
it?
as big.
Twice as big as a standard dice. So
I think we looked at these on Alibaba, not the hollow ones, but the just ball form, and they were like $8 a piece. I would consider that, but
$40.
44 is
Mm-mm.
too much.
Okay. Yeah, I figured that was going to be the general consensus on these, but I wanted to throw them in there because
You needed to know.
Well, no, not just that, but like you guys may have been like, no, I hella love those, and I, it can't always just be me. Like, this is the cool things that I love, and sometimes it's gonna be things I think you might like. And I know metal dice is a really cool thing. Some people really
I like
them.
metal
I know you
dice.
like the metal dice, so
If anyone's curious about the dice that she was saying she can't see, it's the Chaosium Tears of Nyarlathotep set.
yeah, they're just
They're a little bit ornate,
and they have
but
like scroll work. I know you probably can't see them, but
they have good contrast to me. It takes a second
That's
of
true.
looking at it to see the number, but it's not that.
I can't. But okay, that has been searching for loot.
cool.
So,
Couple good choices. I will absolutely go for the dice tower.
Love it.
I would recommend to anybody else the dice holder,
Especially if
but
you have
I
enough dice to
essentially already
justify.
have one, so I'm not going to go.
It
get
would
me
be
one,
rude
but
to
I
replace it.
would not be surprised if I own that dice tower soon.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, if you're interested in any of these items, be sure to check the links in the description below the YouTube video, and you can check them out there.
Cool. Searching for loot. Good job, ma'am.
Yeah, I like looking at Amazon.
Right now on Humble Bundle,
Yeah.
there is it's technically in their book section, but it's just a load of STL files for 3D printing of like miniatures and
Almost like the building pieces we were looking at last time,
Right.
but it's like, $18 or more, you can pay for the Humble Bundle to get all these files to be able to 3D print. And I was looking, I had to keep scrolling because there's so much to it. It was great.
Did you get it?
Not yet. But we do have a 3D printer, so we could. And I might make John. Because I told him he's got to get the 3D printer out because I got some stuff I want made.
Yeah, you had to do some costing there, right? So if it's got the files for like printing dungeon tiles and walls and archways and doors like that, you got to kind of like, okay, so I got these. How much? What do y'all use? Epoxy, resin? I don't.
We have a resin 3D printer, but we also have a plastic.
So then you had to say, how much would be the cost of doing this, and then compare it to the sets that we looked at like last week. I was thinking about that again today, about how nice it'd be to have a physical instead of a virtual battle map again, and really put some.
I think we might just one day have to do like one really long Saturday stream where we just play IRL Dungeons and Dragons. Just really go hog for it just once, just to do it, just because I want to.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
if you look at the Video Ninja window I'm sending you.
Yeah. You can see all of the cool stuff in the window.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
boat. I didn't get to
For
the
those of
boat.
you with 3D printers and like doing minis and stuff, you go check out this Humble Bundle.
You can get it all for $18 or
Pay what you want after 18.
depending on like if you didn't want all of it, you could pay $1 or $10 and get some of it. But everything over 18 goes to a charity, and I don't know if I saw what this charity was going to. Extra Life Children's Miracle Network Hospitals.
Which is a good
It's
charity.
a good charity.
So we're probably going to be buying it. We'll probably go over the 18 so we can donate to charity. I love doing that kind of donation where I get something fun and the charity gets something, because then it feels...
It's a win-win.
It's a win-win. And I love it when people do that kind of stuff. So yeah. But that has been Searching for Loot with a little extra bonus section on Humble Bundle.
Cool.
So, yeah.
So buy one of those products if you liked them.
Yeah.
Take our advice on the ones that we didn't like, or say, screw you. You guys don't know what you're talking about. I think the 100-sided dice is awesome. Go buy it.
Yeah. And then at me the picture of you struggling to read it.